welcome to the Mediabox. David Blencathra, rapporteur on the arrest of the Mayor of Istanbul. What did the Assembly talk about and call for today?
Well, there were 17 speakers in the Assembly who were highly critical of the arrest and 2 Turkish speakers who were in favour of it. So there was overwhelming criticism of his arrest, which most speakers said was politically motivated. And now, irrespective of the merit of the charges of corruption and terrorism, the fact on the day he was arrested, they removed his university degree he'd had for 35 years. The one thing that makes him, that removes his chances of becoming president, that looks like a political put-up job. So colleagues were deeply critical of that. And others also made the point, Turkey has been a long-standing member of the Council of Europe. It joined within 3 months of it being created by the 6 other countries. It's been an esteemed member for 75 years. And we're just calling on Turkey to honour all the traditions of the rule of law and democracy. And every speaker who criticised were saddened that they've seen that erosion over a number of years. And the other criticism was, made by most speakers, that it seemed that legitimate street protests were always criticised by the president as being street terrorism. And everything seems to, if any legitimate criticism of the government ends up with people being arrested or accused of being terrorists. And that concerned nearly every member of the Assembly who spoke today.
It's not the first time that this Assembly has criticised Turkey over democracy-related issues. Yes. How long can this go on?
Well, that's a question asked. The excellent Frank Schwab said that the arrest of Imamoglu had removed hope that you can get democratic change. Well, I hope he's wrong, because if you can't have democratic change, you end up with a really bad crisis of democracy and trouble on the streets. So I hope that the president will realise that he's just gone too far this time. Mr. Imamoglu, when he was mayor of Istanbul, he was elected 3 times to that role. And of course, he then got a sentence of over 2 years in imprisonment for calling the officials who tried to strike him off, calling them idiots. I mean, any politician, that's the mildest criticism you can get of a politician. If people had only called me an idiot over the years, I'd be quite happy. I've been called a lot worse. In a democracy, you're entitled to criticise politicians. You're entitled to criticise government officials. And it is very worrying that instances like that seem to form a pattern of behaviour of making sure that anyone who can be a serious contender to the president are removed from the race by charges of terrorism or aiding and abetting terrorism or corruption or whatever.
Lord Blencathra, thanks for joining us.
At all, pleasure. Thank you.